Hi folks, welcome back. It's pretty late over here. It's about 11:15 here Friday night. And lots of people are out drinking and causing ruckus, and I'm filming a YouTube video about model cars. So, you know, different strokes for different folks. Anyway, if you saw my last video, I'm sure you remember this from 2 days ago. Well, I got it a friend. So, I got this Black Widow uptown at the antique store here in Harrisburg, Illinois, not Pennsylvania. And I think I paid $29 for it, which is a good price, because that's about a $50 kit on eBay. And it's one of those modern kits that they put out like once or twice, and then they haven't put it out in about 10 years. So it's gotten artificially inflated value. Then I went over to Marion to a place called Pit Road Racing up on the square. And it is a die-cast and Hot Wheels store. NASCAR die-cast and Hot Wheels, lots of Hot Wheels. And the proprietor, the man who operates it, just bought a big collection of model car kits. He said over 500 kits, and he sold about 40% of them, so, which I hadn't known that before I went. We just popped in there just to look around. I was actually going to plan on getting a die cast, but I didn't. Anyway, lots of big rig kits up there, especially vintage ones. And a lot of duplicates, so you can usually find 2 or 3 of everything, which is cool. But anyway, I got this 50 Oldsmobile. This is another one of those Revell kits that they haven't put out in about 10 years. And they did 1 or 2 pressings of, and it's artificially inflated. And it's more expensive than the Black Widow is. I think I paid $30 for this. It was $45 he had it marked, but he gave it to me for $30. I also got a little Revell monogram Volkswagen Beetle for Miss Carol. I think it's a 1998 release. It's still got flowers on it and stuff. And that comes from the 1968 mold, if that's the right one I'm thinking of. Anyway, we have the 57 Chevy Black Widow, which was a kind of a factory racer, factory NASCAR racer. And then we have the 50 Oldsmobile 88 Club Coupe, which many consider to be the first muscle car. And there's a lot of open debate for that. Personally, I subscribe to the classic muscle car formula, which is a mid-size car with an engine from the full-size range at an affordable price. And the Oldsmobile kind of falls into that a little bit. It technically is, the 88 anyway, is technically a mid-size car compared to the 98. But in the sense of what we think of a mid-size car, something like a Tempest GTO, it's definitely larger. So there is some there's some ambiguity in the definition for sure. And for sure, I think the first car that definitely fulfills what we typically think of a mid-size car with a large displacement engine at an affordable price is definitely the 1964 Tempest GTO. But this, the 49 and the 50 Oldsmobile definitely is a progenitor of that class, and is really the prototype for that type of thinking, yeah, along with the Chrysler 300 letter series. That's enough of that tangent, though. So we're gonna open this up. Now, Revell put out a bunch of these special edition kits back in the early 2010s, and a lot of them have this street car and then race car pair, but these are the only two that are NASCAR. The other ones are drag racers, NHRA racers. So these are kind of a pair, if you will. I thought there was a third, maybe a 56 Ford, but it turned out to be a drag racer too. So these are really the only two NASCAR ones. So got both of them now. Kits that have been on my radar for a couple years now, and now that I got a job and, you know, big boy money a little bit, I can finally get some of these things that I've wanted ever since I was a young boy, really. So let's open this up. We'll do a Swiss Army knife today. And actually, first let's see. Made China. And let's see. There we go. Champagne. So this is during the Habaco era. Oh, yeah, they're still using the 3 skill levels. I'm not seeing a date so far. 2012. Yeah, definitely during the Habaco era. And okay, skill level 3, even though it's arbitrary. 135 parts, decent part count for a car kit. 2012. This is 2009. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paints, and then there is a lot more on this one. So I'm not sure if it's a more detailed kit or they just kind of advanced their painting structure. Anyway, let's go ahead and slice the plastic, cutting away from me. There we go. I need to sharpen that knife. It can hurt someone. Let's see. Still sealed. The Chevrolet was not sealed, but it was all there. I have inventoried it, so. "2012 Air" sealed inside the box. I wonder if it smells like, what was happening in 2012? Not much. I was like 6, so. Okay, so that's a big bag. We'll start with the instructions. I had someone on my Concord video say that I should do the instructions first, so, and I forgot about that on the last video, but I will do that now. So here's the decals. White walls for the decals. Here is emblems, air cleaner decal. Wish that would focus. There it goes. Oldsmobile, various engine bay decals. 87 Griffin Motors, Darlington, South Carolina. Of course, very famous in the NASCAR world. Mexican Pan American 2,178 mile stock car race. May 5th to May 11, 1950. Ciudad Juarez, El Ocotal. Some roses. 52 Mexico license plates. That's interesting because the Cup Series just raced at Mexico City last week. That's interesting. I'll have to look into the history of that. City of Roses, Alaska Auto Wrecking, Olds 88 Rocket decals. That's pretty cool. I like those. Which is interesting. I was just reading about Chrysler's missile division today that helped do the aerodynamics on the Superbird. Here's the instruction manual. That's kind of interesting. It's kind of glossy paper. Revell usually just has like regular copy paper, but this is like satin. You can see it. So you've got little history. Normal Revell thing. Here's your paint code again, your parts list. And you start, as always, typical with your engine. Let's see, goes into the chassis. Then your front suspension. And your rear suspension. Your continuing rear suspension. Then you move to the interior. And more engine bay things, radiator. Interior seating. Put in your roll bar. Take out your rear seat for the race car. Your dash. Wheels and tires. Clear parts. And then your final assembly. All in all, let's see, 8. They break it down into 8 pages. It's a lot thinner than the 57 Chevy book is. So that's interesting. Then you have your marking guides. Here's your factory streetcar. And there was a fastback version of this car, and no one, to my understanding, has made a kit of that, which is unfortunate because it's a really cool looking design. Looks like the 47 Chevy Aero sedans, which those are cool looking cars too. And you've got your NASCAR, your Darlington Speedway version. That'll probably be the one I do, with those cool rocket emblems. And then finally the Mexican one, also really cool. Pan American Road Race, May 1950. Ran in Mexico, sponsored by Alaska Auto Wrecking. It's interesting. I think that's the kid on the car on the box. Yeah. Yep, that 52 back there, that cream yellow. That's pretty nice. I will probably be doing the NASCAR, the Darlington one though. I'll do both the Black Widow and the Darlington Racer. So there's the instructions and the decals, and then we'll move into the kit here. I'm going to leave it bagged. So we have chrome parts. And let's see, headlight bezels, those will look good with a wash. Bumperettes, windshield wipers, full front bumper. There's your rocket. Beauty rings for the wheels and other things. We have one bag. And it's got various things. Exhaust is right there, you can see. Cross member. Your rear axle and suspension radiator. Invert clip. Your whole your chassis is in here too, so. And then your wheels and tires are back there. So there's four trees in there. 4 frames. Then you have this big bag, which I'll open this up because it looks like there's actually stuff bagged inside of it too. Yeah, that's a dull knife. Okay, here we have the body, the Oldsmobile body. This comes out. Oh, that's nice. There's a faint mold line right there on top of the fender, which I'll take care of. Luckily, there's no trim ring. There's no chrome trim right there it is on the Chevrolet. But other than that, it looks really nice. It's got a headliner molded in, which is cool. No flash on the fenders or anything. Yeah, very nice. And just for your comparison, this body style ran from 48 to 50, I think. So there is your comparison. And this is 124, so it's actually a little bit bigger. But actually, relatively, the wheelbase is pretty much the same. Oldsmobile's a little taller, obviously. Definitely not as wide. Yeah, Camaro's wide. It's narrow in the back, though. That'd be a cool thing to kit bash. One of these next-gen chassis on with an old body on top would be cool. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you could get the wheelbase in there, of course you couldn't use this bottom plate. But yeah, that'd make something. If we ever find another one of these, that might be something to do. Here's your clear parts. One thing I don't like really about Revell, and I understand why they do it, it's more detailed, but the individual panes. I just, I prefer the big AMT style where you just pop it up in the top. And it's got all the windows on it. And I understand why they do this, but for me, I'm a little clumsy. It's just easier for me to mess this up, so I have to be real careful. And then you have another bag with quite a few screws in it. There's a big old hood. And your floor pan. Your door cards, and then there's engine parts in here too, as well as interior seats. I know you can't see much of it, but I'm not gonna open it up right now. So that's the kit. It actually seems a little simpler than the the Chevrolet. But yeah, I think that's it. I just wanted to share. I'm super excited to have both of these finally. Like I said, this is really a pair. It's the only two NASCAR ones that they put out. And yeah, other than that, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with this maybe being the first muscle car? If not, tell me why. If you do, tell me why as well. I don't know if it's the first true muscle car, but I definitely believe it's the progenitor of that class, if you know what I mean. It's on its way to getting there, but it's not quite there yet. It's kind of like the Centurion tank. Claimed to be the first main battle tank, and maybe it is, but it's a little bit slow, so it kind of sacrifices some speed there for protection and firepower. So it's definitely on its way to becoming a main battle tank, but it's not quite there yet, if you know what I mean. Other than that, I'm going to pack this back up. Like I said, super excited to have them both. I've got another kit coming in the mail, which I've bought a lot of kits recently, actually. I mean, we just got back from St. Louis a couple weeks ago, and I got 2 kits up there, and then I got 3 this week by itself, so I really need to hold off because I got tuition coming up, and it ain't getting any cheaper. So I'm gonna start reading this book. Remember that. So I actually wrote a thesis about this last semester for school, and then the next week, the same shop I found this in, they had this book, so I bought it and I'm gonna read it. So thanks for watching. I probably will put this up in the morning. I won't. Late night releases really don't go too well because it'll notify people, and then when they get up they'll just clear it because they don't want to watch a video as soon as they get up, and then they'll forget to watch it. So I'll put this up maybe around lunchtime tomorrow. And with that, thanks for watching. Go buy some kits, keep the manufacturers in business, do your research, that way you don't have anything to gripe about. Visit my friends that are always linked in the description. Max's Models, Max Compy over down there in Florida. Let's see, Matthew Inman, model car videos down in Georgia, and then Modeling with the Mats up in St. Louis. And I might have some more kits coming from that direction too, so been on a roll, need to stop. But it's a hobby, so anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble. I'm gonna go get ready, go to bed. It was a long day, and I'm gonna start on this book, so we'll talk at you soon. Keep modeling, keep buying kits, and thanks for watching.